Hi friends, we made it to MegaCon Orlando. I just got here, I Ubered, and we're in the West building again, and so I didn't know where drop-off would be best. I've never Ubered for a convention in general, I think, but especially not MegaCon. Usually we drive and we park, and so we know where load-in is. But for this one, I Ubered with 2 huge suitcases that made it through security and through checked bags and the airport and everything safely, non-damaged. And then I have this extra bag. We got snacks and yarn because I'm in my crochet era. And we went ahead and we checked in for Bethany and me. Thankfully, they did let me check in for her because her flight is a little delayed, and so I wasn't sure if she was gonna make it before they closed. But they said that she could check in at customer service, but she might not be able to use the loading docks. Those close at 1. But for drop off for vendors and Artist Alley, Westwood lobby for the Orange County Convention Center worked perfectly. We just went a little bit further past the lobby, like so if you're coming up the bridgeway, past the lobby and then get out right there, and they have security, they check your ID and tell you to go straight to get your badge, which was at loading dock 8 this year. Don't know if that's always the case. And then they have moved Artist Alley. It is on the right hand side if you're looking at the map. Usually we're on the left hand side. So I believe the entrance is like down here. I'm not exactly sure. I've never really walked around a whole lot. But we are on the right side instead of the left. But we're gonna go ahead and get set up. It is currently, I think like 11:15. Uber ride was super nice. It's 11:30. Uber ride was super nice. Drop off was super nice. We're staring at the Marriott Grand Vista just because my mom and my grandma and my baby are here, so they're gonna hang out at the pool and swim, and I don't have to pay anything, thankfully. So wouldn't recommend that technically because it is like a resort, so it is going to be expensive with resort fees and everything. But if you have family that's hanging out, it's really cool. It's a really cool place. They got some good food. There is a cafe-like area open till 10:30, so that's good for convention hours because we know we're going to be getting out of here late. And stay tuned till the end of the day. I'll let you know how Ubering goes late at night. But the plan is to probably walk a little down I-Drive and Uber from there. Maybe get some food, Uber once we're done and all of the people clear out. But Saturday is going to be the worst day for trying to get an Uber. But let's get set up. I have my grids in this bag and this bag. These were both about 44, 45-ish. I think this one weighed a little bit more, but we were able to keep it under 50, and I vacuum sealed pretty much all my products. So let's see how it's holding up. So here's what the inside looks like. I only vacuum sealed one bag and it's covered up down there. And then this vacuum sealed, I actually have 2 whole bags and some squishies, or some plushies squished down there. And then vacuum sealed my tablecloth too. And then this is also vacuum sealed, and some of my grid panels. So let's check it out. It's rising. I didn't think about how wrinkly my tablecloth might be, but it actually looks pretty good. This is my shorter tablecloth, so I don't think it's gonna cover this yellow all the way. The yellow at the bottom doesn't look too bad. Like, I do have yellow in my... Man, I really hope I brought my table runner. I think I did. Like, my name runner. Alright. I was like, I don't know where it would be if I didn't bring it, but I did. Perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and open these vacuum sealed bags just to let them all air out and hopefully poof up a little bit and give them more time. And I didn't vacuum seal my MegaCon, my Woo hat, or my Appa hat. So MegaCon has the puffy paint. Didn't know how that would hold up. And then Woo and Appa are made with the fur, and I didn't know how that would do either. And that's only 3 hats, so I was like, it's fine, we can squish them in. But in case you were curious, I did vacuum seal my beanies too. They look okay, but we'll check everything out once it's out on display. We got the bones up, and I think it's 12, and Bethany is leaving the airport. All right, we are open. As you can see, there's not a whole lot of foot traffic yet. This is just VIP 4-day passes and premiere, maybe? But Bethany is here. She is finishing setting up. There's Bethany! Yay! And we're waiting. I think everyone else can come in at 3. It's probably like 2:30 right now. And I will show you guys the table. Everything so far has been super chill and easy. Even the Uber, even Bethany getting here and helping her. I had already grabbed her badges for her and meeting her out front again and helping her pack in. So yeah, so far it's been good. And I did make one sale before we opened. I have my deal right now for mix and match beanies and bucket hats. You can get 1 for $25 or 2 for $40. And someone asked if I had a Mew hat, and I said no, but I have a Mew beanie, and they took me up on that, and they got a Mew beanie and a Drifloon bucket hat, which was the only Drifloon bucket hat that I brought with me. So we did have more Mew beanies, but that was the only bucket hat. So let's look at the table. All right, here's the hat side, which is my favorite. We also have some signs, which I am so excited about. This says all Scooties $50 and 100% handmade. We also have another 100% handmade and one that we can write our table number on. So hats, we did Pokemon, and then over here we did non-Pokemon stuff. And I just love how it turned out. I do have a few. We have Splatoon, Callie, and I think that might be it that's not out. Oh, Toxtricity, those aren't out here. Then we have our stickers, business cards, and I do have this right here that they can flip through, and I do believe Toxtricity, you know, I don't know if he's in here. Whoop. Nope, he's not in here. Well, I should probably put him out. That's okay, we'll have room. I think maybe I didn't put him because I knew I probably wouldn't make him again. But we will put him, we'll trade him out with someone else. Ooh, oopsies. And then we have our beanies. We kind of ran out of room, but I think we made it work. Some of these, like the Labubu, I only have 1. Bingo, I only have 1. Slowpoke, I think I have 2. So they'll move pretty quickly, and I can space them out a little better. Bucket hats, we have 3 colors, and I actually have a purple that I'm gonna make and hopefully put out a little later. Link, I only brought 1 mannequin head, and this I carried on the plane with me in my bag. Okay, copyright music. So I brought that with me. So the Link hat does not get a mannequin head, but I only have 4 of these. I had 5, but I sold one online. So those I feel like will sell pretty good. We have our more $5 cheaper items. We got some Peeps, some Manta Rays, and Dino Nuggets. Then we have Owlbear, and then Pig and a Cow. Then we have our smaller plushies over here that are $10. This is the only Kirby I have, so we did make him $10 so that he could go in the same basket with the Fresno Nightcrawlers, Magikarp, and then Team Aqua bandanas. And that's what we have. And now I take a look at Bethany's booth. Hello. We have the keychains and the pins, and she's doing this new thing here at MegaCon, custom bookmarks, and she's got stamps. So you have these stamps already carved, right?
Yeah.
And then do they pick the color or
I just
custom
did
color?
The color that's out there.
Okay.
And then I just pre-stitched because I thought it'd be too hard to break them up.
Yes. The gummy bears are so
Test that out and see if people would like different colors. maybe at a convention I journed to.
Okay. Okay, and so then you have these prints for sale, but you have the bookmarks that are
Yeah, those are going to be custom.
the sizes. We got stickers.
I had a bunch of extra, like, little bitty things. And so I made a stamp that's just a little guy. And
Yes.
I can customize it. So
Yay.
it says OnceUponaSpark on the back.
Oh, I love that. So you can do OCs, but you could also do characters, fandom.
Character. As long as I can find a picture of it.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fine.
I like
it won't take long,
it.
so I'm gonna test out commissions.
Yes.
You know what's funny about that?
Dan and Aaron, Junimo.
I'm at a convention at conventions. Was the very first convention that we did.
Really?
And here, 2019.
Oh, here. Okay.
Yeah. I think I only had like 2, but I was just like, I'm
Yeah.
doing commissions, and I'm like, I'm never gonna do that again.
Did it stress you out?
Yes.
Also, look at our signs for the Crochet Chicken in the Stardew Valley. Then the Junimo is down here. Chicken and a duck. Gummy worms that also has a nice sign. And then we got bandanas. And then here's the art prints up as well. No, it looks good. My biggest fans just came by and bought some more stuff from me. They even bought stuff from me last year too when I wasn't here. They got a Momo hat and they bought a earth beanie and a fire beanie, and then their friend also bought no, they didn't get the Wooloo hat. They got the Pikachu hat. They tried on the Wooloo hat. But I was so excited to see them. I just didn't think I'd see them this soon because we're only like an hour, technically I guess 2 hours into the event. But I was so excited to see them. I talked their ear off, I think. But we are at like 135, I think, already. It's going good. It does feel like some good traffic. And I don't think we usually make table the first day. Table is $499, but we don't have to pay for parking. We don't have to pay for hotel because my mom's covering it. Uber cost me about $10 this morning, but I do believe Bethany and I will split the rest of the Ubers. And then for food, I brought a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and some snacks today, and then we'll probably eat somewhere better tonight or DoorDash something. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm currently cutting out some of my other tags to label because I want to change them all to this blue color instead of like a tan color that I have right now. I don't have an example of it. But also I have these signs that I'm really excited about with these little clips. I got them off Amazon and then I just printed these and laminated these. And I think these are so cute. And I think it really helps bring it together. All right, it is 4 o'clock. It didn't necessarily die down, but I hadn't had a sale since probably like 2:30 when the other people came by, the biggest fans came by. But now I just got 2 sales like back to back. So I do think people are spending some money now, but I do think Thursday is biggest for looking around before you buy anything. All right, checking in, it is 7:48. We got some boba, but it is almost gone now. I think we got this at like 7 o'clock, so I've been chugging it. I don't know, maybe I'm just getting old, but my feet already hurt and it's day 1. I have some like new shoes, but I've been wearing them for a couple weeks now, so I think they're like broken in. But I don't know, it's gonna be a long weekend though if my feet are already hurting. I haven't done a total yet, but looking back on past years, usually I make about $5.50 on Thursday, which is really surprising. I actually didn't think I usually made table back, but I don't know. But I don't think we are gonna make that today. It feels pretty good. It feels like a good Thursday. I think traffic's been good. There was a little bit around 4 to 5 maybe that it was like slow, but it is picked up again. And we're getting some sales, and then we are here till 9. So we're almost down to just the 1 hour. And I think our plan tonight is to try to get an Uber and hopefully exit out the back doors and have the Uber almost ready to pick us up, go back to the hotel and eat food at the little grill thing that they have. It closes at 10:30. So hopefully that should give us plenty of time to get back before. My mom and I ordered a pizza at like 10:15 yesterday and they didn't have any problems with that. So hopefully We are debating doing the Universal thing. I honestly didn't know that they had it this year. I hadn't heard anything about it, but I also didn't read a lot about what they offered. But I thought I would see more advertisements. So I think we're gonna see. I'm asking my mom if that's okay, because of course she's watching the baby, and that means I won't be home to cuddle her back to sleep if she wakes up, but we'll see what she says. I think she's okay with it, but just want to double check with her. The Artist Alley side. Look at all the wonderful artists. And then we got the exhibitors on this side. Star Wars. Wow. You can really see how big it is up here. Alright, we are on our way to get tickets for the Universal thing. We already bought them, but we gotta pick them up. So we're on our way to walk to ticketing, and we're taking the scenic route, but you can already see how many people are in there. They must have just opened the floodgates for everyone else. Alright, we finally made it. We got our tickets. We got some boba. And look, they put up signage. Actually, like they said. It's not huge or anything, but there's signage. We thought maybe they put the signage on the pillar, which is very helpful, but they actually have signage on the things. We've made it to the table. Happy Friday morning. Nothing too crazy has changed. Right before I left yesterday, I put out the Skitty, and we put out Pochita, because I sold both my Greninja hats. That's what was here. And then what was here? I've moved Mimikyu up there because we sold Sylveon, and we've sold a shiny Umbreon and Eevee. So I moved this around a bit. I can't think of what was here. Pikachu was here at one point. Jake. I put Jake here. Yes, sorry. Thank you for hanging with me. So now we put Skitty out. The only ones that aren't displayed right now, I think, are Splatoon hats, because I do have my pony hats over here, and they have been drawing attention. And then they come and they look at my stickers, but I do not have all the pony stickers. Somebody was asking for Fluttershy and Twilight, because those are the two hats I have out there, and I don't have either of them. And I probably will print more. I just didn't want to print them at home. I do think it's nice to have them, but I would like to do, when there's a sticker deal, just order a bunch. Alistair fell. And then we did sell a black manta ray the other day. We sold both of our dino nuggets to the same person. We've put the seals out now, and we've sold a few Koroks, which is what I was working on yesterday. There's a color green that we don't have out here, and I need to put another Peep bunny. Somebody was sad that I didn't have other colors of Kirby's. They had other colors before, but they already had an orange one, and I was like, yeah, I haven't been making them a lot, but I would love to make more just with my scrap fabric that I need to just use. We put out these squids and an octoling, and we only had one red Pikmin bucket hat, which I didn't realize, and we sold that. But I do have some purple that I want to try to do. And here's our beanies. I don't think we're sold out of anything yet, but we are very low on a few. Like, I think that's the only Earth. All right, yeah, let's get this day started. And even though I have this right here, people still ask me what table number I am, but it's fine. I haven't used this at all. I like that Treasure Planet spirit jersey. It's like sparkly. Hello. Hi. And gonna need a new one on our cruise. I'm gonna have to buy one. My Baby Yoda one is like stained. You guys look great. Oh. Did you ever watch that movie, Xenon? The Xenon one on Disney? I think Raven Simone was in it. I don't know if it was Lizzie McGuire, but it was a different wand. I only have one more Korok body, and I have like 6, 7 faces. I didn't have enough tan fabric unless I wanted to cut some off the bolt. So I'm going to pick and choose one more, and then if I start running low on a certain color, I will swap faces. I will swap their faces. Also, I made a purchase other than the boba tea. I got Joey a gift from... I follow them already. I feel like I've bought their Lapras pen too, but Hey Yo Jojo. They do really cute Pokemon stuff. Look at this. I'm gonna keep this framed. But I got the little pin. And I remember looking at this before. This is $15, and Joey can put his Pokemon pens on it. I mean, I can put some of mine too. We don't have a whole lot of Pokemon pens, so he could maybe put other stuff on there. But I thought that this was perfect, because right now they're on a bulletin board, and they're not even pinned on, or they're not, the bulletin board's not even hung up, so. We also went and said hi to Mulcana, and she gave us a sticker that I have buried somewhere. It's very shiny, and I think it's supposed to be like the mirror that she has up on her table, and they're all looking in the mirror, and it says hello. It's so cute. It's currently 11:20 as well. We opened at 9:30 today for VIP, and we probably didn't get here till like 10:30. We went and got our Universal tickets. We were running a little late. My mom was not feeling good this morning, and luckily my grandma is also here, which was the plan all along, why my grandma also came as a backup to help my mom, because she was like throwing up, and you know, you can't really take good care of a 1-year-old or a baby in general with, you know, being sick. So we were a little later out the door because of that. Hello. But we were able to kind of cut, because we have an exhibitor, like go behind the scenes and cut in and get to our table. And then we still just kind of took our time getting to our table, because it wasn't crazy busy. There was still a lot of people waiting to get in. And general admission, I don't think, was allowed to come in till 10. And then everyone still has to get through the door. But I did have a family come by that has bought from me like pretty much every year, I think. And they said they've bought an Evolution hat every year, and they're going to keep buying an Evolution hat until they get them all. I think they said that they had Sylveon, Vaporeon, and Flareon. I think they had 4 or 5, so they're pretty close. And then today they bought Espeon. She was wearing an Espeon shirt, and it was perfect. But they were gonna get the Umbreon, so I know that they didn't have those two. But that's so excited. I love, like, I was really just talking to Bethany about maybe not coming back to this convention just because of expenses, and there's a bunch of stuff that I'd rather do in March, and we had the baby's birthday. And they asked me, that family, if I was ever gonna not show up, like was I ever not just gonna be here 1 year? And I was like, it's funny you asked that, because I was just thinking that maybe I wouldn't be here next year. But they changed the dates to May. Next year is like May 20th to 23rd. And that's so exciting, because I don't have any conventions in May. I think maybe Anime Central is in May. So if people do that one and do MegaCon, they might run into a problem. But I've only done Anime Central at one time. I would like to do it again. It was really good. I don't go over to Illinois or Chicago area a lot, so I always miss or forget about applications, but I wouldn't mind to do it again. And I want to say that, what's the other one? The one in Atlanta, not Anime Weekend, MomoCon. I want to say MomoCon might be in May, and I've never done that one, but I would like to do that one. But I'm excited. It's going to be in May. I don't have to stress. I can do other conventions in March. And now we have March, like our beginning of the year conventions, we have this one in the summer, which is good money, and then we have Christmas, Halloween orders at the end of the year. And I am gonna sprinkle in some one-day ones here and there. So that made my day yesterday. Bethany told me, and I was like, no way, you're kidding. We were just talking about how I would really love if they moved it back to May. Got the lime green and the darker green, and then we got the rifle green. So we're good. We're good on Koroks. This is what I brought with me to do while we're here. I also made Ash, one of my long-term friends at this convention and customers. They've brought a couple of things for me, and they usually always make me like a little crochet thing, but I know they said they didn't have time this year, and I don't blame them. You know, we all limited on time. But I wanted to make her this because they bought my owl bear yesterday, and I'm so excited because I brought one last year and I thought that they were the one that bought it, but they said that they wanted to wait till I was here because I wasn't here last year, and then they bought my owl bear. So I want to give this as a gift. This is the little rift pattern that I've been obsessed with, my crochet journey. I think this is probably number 7 that I've made, and number 2 out of like doing it correctly and getting the right number of legs. The first one I made had 7 legs. Second one I made was correct. Third one I made, I think was correct. Fourth one I made, I used a different yarn and I almost put 9 legs on it, so I had to fudge it so that they were spaced out correctly. And then I made this one, I think. And it's good. Did I say this? Crochet Carpenter, I think. This is that pattern. He also has a drift that is a bigger version, which now that I've made this, I'm like, I want to make a big one. But I was trying to find things that would do good at like the farmer's market for a decent price. Like I could sell these for cheaper. Bethany's doodling. Got a commission for 2. So we haven't done a check-in because it's been a little chaotic. Not necessarily the convention. It's going good. It's a little slow, but it picks up here and there. But more of my life, because my grandma also is sick, who is here to help with the baby, and also Joey back home is sick, and he had to leave work early. So it doesn't look good for me, and I'm not happy about it. We already booked the ticket for the Universal After Hours thing. There's like a big circle on my forehead. It was like $109 plus tax, which comes to like $129 or something. And we're still planning to go as long as we're both feeling good. And we're just gonna try to not stay too long. And of course, as long as my mom and my grandma are okay with the baby and the baby's feeling okay, we're gonna try to go because we paid the money for it. And we already picked up our tickets, so there's no way to get a refund. I don't think that they would refund it anyways. So we're gonna go try and at least get food because we got a food voucher, and hang out and ride a few rides. And try to make it home before too late because also we are gonna need the rest so that we don't get sick. But we've been chugging water. We're also going to walk when we leave here to Walgreens and see if we can get some zinc or some kind of immunity like drinking shots and see if that helps. Don't know, might be too late, but we're gonna try whatever we can. Haven't totaled anything. We've sold a Pochita Scooty. Oh, the person that bought my Pochita Scooty like 2 years ago, and if you watch the vlog, you can see that I talked about it, and he was like, oh, the first one with the drip, because I told him that was the first one, the first Pochita that I've ever made. So if he got that one, he would be the first to have it. And he was like, yeah, it's mine. First one with the drip, I'm buying it. He came back by, and he bought an Appa. Yes, I think he was the one that bought an Appa hat. And he was so excited. Made my day. I was like, I think of that. Like every time I make a Pochita hat, that you said, first one with the drip, I'm taking it. So that was a fun interaction. It's currently 3:30. We close at 7 today. We've already ate our PB&J sandwich and several chips. We still have granola bars, but we might have to go get a little snack before we head out. But we might be able to make it, or a drink or something. All right, we have like an hour check-in. I started doing this little bunny, but I lost yarn chicken, so I didn't get it finished. But I wanted to use up this yarn, so I didn't have like a bunch of balls of yarn. But I'm really like, maybe I will frog this and make a puppy dog. But then I did this one, and it turned out so cute. I just need to put a little mouth on it. I guess with black yarn, do you think? And I still have quite a bit of this rainbow yarn. So maybe, oh yeah, Bethany can teach me how to make a chicken. I'm just limited on my patterns because of service, so you'll have to write it down for me, or I'll have to look some up tonight. I could also make more octopi, and then I have this one with me, and then I also have a purple one back at the hotel. But I think I'm done for crocheting today. That bunny hurt my hands very much. The bobble stitches, or the popcorn stitches, trying to hold it and do all of them on the thing. Hurts my fingers. But we're doing good. I haven't totaled today. I'll probably give it like 30 more minutes and then I'll start totaling. I think we are around like over 400 for sure, I think. Woo, so we broke 1,000. We made it to Universal! Let's go, let's go, let's go. Check out the video for the Universal after hours. Entering through 7. Thank you. We've made it to day 3 of MegaCon. It is Saturday. We're doing a walk around this morning because we actually made it a little earlier before it opens. I think we got like 15 minutes before it opens to VIP. We're just gonna take a look around. I think yesterday's numbers was like 8 something. So we have reached 1,000, which makes back all our costs, but we didn't have very high costs, so don't forget about that. We didn't have to pay for hotel. Here's the line. All right, it is currently 10:46, so they just opened at 10, I think, for everyone else. I think, let me see. It doesn't tell me actually. I know VIP come in at 9:30, but it doesn't tell me anybody else. We just opened not too long ago, and I've already made $200. One family came, it's the same family, but they came and bought a Mimikyu and a Mothman hat, and then the mom bought 4 beanies, all the Avatar beanies, elements. I'm like, are you sure? You said you wanted all 4 of them? And then somebody bought 2 beanies before then, so it is going very well. We were looking to see how much it would be if we DoorDash Wawa and see if we could go out the back loading dock, but I don't know if they keep that open where we could go in and out. So I think we might DoorDash Wawa tonight, like on our way home in the Uber, and get some sandwiches for tomorrow too. I think that might be the plan, and then hopefully it'll be there by the time we get there, because I think it worked really good walking to CVS, like walking down the road or down International Drive a little bit, and then having someone pick us up there. So I think we might do the same thing and maybe try to get something to eat if they have some smaller places. Because I don't know if there's a Wawa in walking distance from here. It did say that there was one that was 1.5 miles. 10-minute drive, 44-minute walk. That's not too bad. Do you want to do a 44-minute walk to Wawa tonight? I think, yeah, let's see how far CVS was. You can add a stop in Uber, yeah.
They have a truck balloon. That's so cute.
Thank you.
That is absolutely adorable.
Thank you so much.
I love Crochet.
Thank you too. Have fun. Okay, yeah, it says the CVS was 19-minute walk, And that was if we go out the back door. But if we walk to the Wawa, again, we can walk down iDrive and find something else to eat and then order Wawa for tomorrow. But then at that Wawa, we're only 25 minutes from our hotel. A 25-minute walk, yeah. Then we take a break at Wawa. Walk the rest of the way. Yeah, it's 2.6 from here to Wawa, and then 1.4 then 1.4 miles to our hotel. But that's just to the lobby, which we're not too far from the lobby. Alright, it's currently 3 o'clock. We have got boba, which is pretty much drunk. We have made a chicken that Bethany showed me how to make, and I haven't put eyes on it or a mouth yet. But we got the chicken. And then we have made a puppy dog. He's a little wonky. And we are making another puppy dog with the little bit of yarn that I have with this because I need to use it. But I am making it wrong side out because I forgot to flip it. And his ears are on the outside. So, we're just going with it because I already frogged this a bunch of times. Sales are going good. I only have Toxtricity, Totoro, Jolteon, Leafeon, Vaporeon, Haunter, Gengar, Toothless, Fluttershy, and Splatoon. That's it. And all of them are down to 1. It is currently 4:45. That's happening. The fire drill also went off a couple of hours ago and stopped and then started again. There's a massive Doug Dimmadome hat. Oh, there it is. And we also lost at Yarn Chicken on the second puppy that I tried to do because I frogged that bunny, and so then I tried to make a dog, and I did make one dog, but this one didn't make it. Now we are making a chameleon. I think he's going to be cute. And he's probably going to be pretty big because I'm using a bigger hook and I'm using this big bulky blanket yarn. It kind of looks like a snake. I like to make a snake too. But I think our plan for dinner is walk to this taco and taquitas. I don't know, something. I'll let you guys know the name of it when we get there. And eat something. Hopefully it's not too busy. And then we'll Uber later.
Oh my gosh.
Hi.
Hi. Wait, I'm trying to get Vaporeon. Hold on.
That's my favorite.
I'm Vaporeon. Okay. Can I get Vaporeon and Flareon? Wait. What?
Wait.
I gotta be Switch. No, I want Vaporeon.
Give me Switch. Yeah, for sure.
All or nothing. Or you can have that one. You know Leafeon? Can I have a Vaporeon and Leafeon? Yeah. Umbreon? No Umbreon? There's no Umbreon. You have Umbreon?
No, I sold a lot of Umbreon.
So
What else is what we have left?
I want Vaporeon and
For sure.
Okay.
Do you want a bag?
Yes, please.
All right. And then what's your all-time favorite Pokemon? What's your all-time favorite Pokemon?
Diggersby and Tinkaton.
Nice. I'm doing a Pokemon challenge. I want to make like my top 100 of what people that buy from me is, so that maybe I can make your favorite Pokemon at some point. So you said Diggersby. Yeah, if you want to take a picture, or I'm lying around sewing on all platforms. So I'm gonna write down Diggersby and Tinka. Did you say Tinkaton?
Tinkaton, yeah.
What about you?
Say Umbreon.
Umbreon? That's a good one.
Oh, do you do commissions? You know what? It's that
Yeah.
one wolf. Score. Oh my god, it's that one wolf. I forgot his name. That freaking Ash found randomly, and then he's on his hind legs. He's really long arms. He's like this, and he's walking around. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Oh, I don't know the name. That I stole
Like
He transformed at night.
Yeah, I think, is it Lycanroc?
Yes, yeah.
Does that sound?
Yeah.
And it evolves. I think it has an evolved form too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's my girl.
And do you want to do tap to pay?
Yes, tap to pay.
Perfect. Let me get my card reader going. All right, it's going to be 100 even. You can tap when you're ready.
Oh, yeah.
And would you like a receipt?
No, I'm okay.
No receipt. There you go.
Thank you.
Thanks. Have a great time.
You too. Oh my god, it's so worth it.
Hi. Welcome back. Yes, they
my
just got it. Oh, it's so
I wanted to
sweet.
come because I wanted to get another one. But
Oh.
I figured it would be like really okay.
Yeah, we only have what's out there. Flareon and Jolteon right now.
Okay. If I wanted to order one from you, like how would I do that?
Yeah, I ran out of business cards, but if you want to take a picture
I have your
or
business card.
perfect.
And I follow you already.
Yeah, I sell on my website and Etsy, and if you want a custom one, just message me. And
Yeah,
we can
because
work
like if I
something
wanted
out.
a specific one, do I like wait till you make one and post it or?
No, you're welcome to reach out to me, and I'll let you know, because I might have already made one
Okay.
before, and then sometimes if it's a little crazier of a Pokemon,
Yeah.
I might have to charge a little more. It might be like $55, $60.
Yeah.
But if I've made it before, it'll be $50.
Okay, but you would do like a custom one?
Yeah. Are you thinking Pokemon or something else?
Pokemon, yeah.
I would love to do Pokemon. Did I ask you what your favorite Pokemon was already? Okay, what's your favorite Pokemon?
Either Eevee or Chandelure.
Chandelure. So I'm gonna add it to the list.
Yeah,
Let's see.
I am a little obscure with that one, I know, but I know there are some people that really like Chandelure. There's
Yes.
quite a
I would love to do a Chandelure one. I think that'd be so pretty.
actually.
And you said Eevee and Chandelure. Alright, I wrote it
Yeah, people
down.
always ask me what my favorite evolution is, and I'm like, I just like Eevee.
Eevee, yeah. Simple.
I think I'm gonna get Flareon.
Okay, you got it. Let me grab it. Yeah, you might
Anyway.
evolve.
Yeah, I'm gonna evolve.
That's the best about having an Eevee one. Then you can switch.
It should be Link.
Do you want to do card?
Yeah.
Alright.
I really like it. I've been wearing it around the con.
Thank
and
you.
It's, like, been really
I
cute.
really appreciate it. It's free advertisement, so
It's
I
like
love
really
it.
comfy, and I like it because like I'm a cosplayer, and I've been having a lot of medical problems recently, so I haven't been able to cosplay this con.
Yes.
So this is like, allowing me to like closet cosplay.
Yes,
kind of.
it's perfect.
It's been really like I don't know, like making me happy. So
Good. I'm glad. All right, it's gonna be 50. You can tap when you're ready. Perfect. Yeah, always love a good comfy cosplay.
Yeah.
I actually have 2 Sylveon hats at home because when I made them, they like the ink that I used, because I was doing like fabric marker,
Yeah.
and it like spread and it didn't work out. So I was like, well, these are ours now, me and my husband. So when I washed them though,
Yeah.
it went away and it still looks good.
Oh,
So I was like, well, now I have Sylveon. I can do a closet cosplay of Sylveon. I haven't yet.
never seen fine.
Never seen? All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna mega or evolve.
Perfect. Thank you. And I got a picture of you with the Eevee, right?
Yeah.
Could I get one with the Flareon too? I'm gonna try to post them all at the end.
I always like Flareon because like I have red hair, so it's
Oh
always,
yeah,
like,
perfect. Oh my gosh. 2 friends. I think they're friends. They could have been sisters. They talked like they were sisters. She was like, "Shut up. Just let me buy this for you. Shut up." They bought Leafeon and Vaporeon, and then another customer that bought an Eevee from me either yesterday or Thursday bought another one and bought Flareon. And she was sad that I just sold the Leafeon. She also was looking at doing a custom order for me as well. Hello! I ran out, but if you want to take a picture of this, it's lying around sewing on all platforms.
Thank you.
Thanks, have a good time. But yeah, that's crazy. I haven't totaled today. I think I did just complete a page, so maybe I'll go ahead and total it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a really good Critical Role group walking by. But yes, if you guys don't know, I'm trying to do a Pokemon challenge where I make the top 100 of what my followers would like to see, and then putting in a spreadsheet, I'm going to see what the top 100 comes out to be, because of course I'm going to get more than 100 requests. So if you guys haven't told me yet, comment below and let me know what you would like to see, what your favorite Pokemon is, or what you would like to see as a hat. All right, it's 6:23. We have a little less than an hour, and I'll show you guys what the table is looking like, because we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hats left, 6 with Splatoon. And we moved things around. We have all the link hats out with their colors, and I think it has been good because we've had a couple links come up and be like, oh, this matches my outfit perfectly. Toxtricity is still here, but he has been getting a lot of love. And I put those peeps out there. Haunter, Jolteon, Fluttershy, Splatoon, and Toothless. I am surprised I still have 2 Toothless. I brought 4, I believe. So we have sold 2. But I am surprised I still have 2 left. But there's still tomorrow. The other one and the other Splatoon is on this side. And then these are the beanies we have left. We sold out a Gengar and the Avatar. I think I only had I only had 1 air and I had 2 or 3 fire. And then these are the last. No, I might have 1 more water. Water hasn't been selling as well. These are the Pikmins. I thought I was at a Korok, but that is my last Korok hat. And we have not sold a Team Skull. A lot of people are asking if this is Hollow Knight. But there are some people that also know it is Team Skull. We've sold 1 seal. That was yesterday. And then these are all the Koroks we have left. So Koroks have been selling really well. I was worried that they kind of like died down. But we only have these colors. More peeps. We did sell a Pom-Pom. And again, we only have this one Kirby. We did sell a Squid. No Fresno Nightcrawlers. No Team Aqua bandanas. Yeah, really excited. Stickers aren't going like crazy well, but that is totally okay. Someone did get all of the has-been characters, and I do need to cut out a Charlie to go with the Vaggie. But other than that, I do want to get some more My Little Pony printed of the others. Hello! Alright, my latest crochet project that I've been working on is this super cute chameleon pattern. Listen, I know his eyes are wrong. I put them in the wrong spot the first time, and then I put them in this spot, and this is better because the last time they were upside down. I just didn't know the right place to place them. But now we have run out of stuffing. And I think he might be okay because I think I'm about to start the tail, and I think this just continues and then we roll the tail up, so it doesn't really need stuffing. So I think I'm going to crack open this guy. This is what I did for my In the Hoop Lethal Company astronaut embroidery pattern, and I wanted to do a different color so that I could say it's like astronaut and not specifically Lethal Company. And I really liked these colors, but he hasn't really sold. I also haven't really put him out there, but I don't think he would sell by himself either. So I think I would rather just open him up, take the stuffing out, use it for this guy. But then I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do for the next thing I make. I might have to pop open like a seal or something because I want to use this time here efficiently. So the plan is to make some crochet stuff for Lexington Comic-Con because that is next weekend. So I go home, we fly in Monday, and then I have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It opens on Thursday, but I'm not gonna go set up till Friday morning. So yeah, limited days to make stuff and redo all my inventory. You go, dude. Taco Bell? Yes, street corn! Let's go! This is where we're eating tacos and tequila. Cavas, tacos and tequila. And we got the margarita. I got the mango one, and Bethany is going to get the prickly pear one. Super excited. I got the sugar rim. I'm not a tahini person. Look at my little bell bag chimichanga. Bethany got the shrimp quesadilla. restaurant. It was good. 10 out of 10. Margaritas were good. The salsa was okay. It wasn't like fresh. It didn't taste like fresh salsa. Like what's the word I said earlier?
Savory.
No, it is savory, but it doesn't refreshing. It's not refreshing salsa. It's more savory salsa. But it was good. The chips were good. The queso on my thing was good. And now we're waiting for the Uber at the Uber or the rideshare pickup place. Hi friends, we're here for day 4, the final day of MegaCon. We stopped and got some Wawa breakfast and Wawa lunch. We got sandwiches to eat for lunch later. And this is the first time we ever did Uber and then added a stop. But you can only go in somewhere for like 5 minutes, so it better be like really fast. So thankfully we ordered Wawa on the app and just did mobile pickup, and it was ready to go. And then we just grabbed like these off the hot bar, which is not hot anymore. I should have ate this first, but it's fine. But yeah, we're ready to start day 4. I don't think I gave yesterday's numbers for Saturday. We hit 1,000 just on Saturday. And I think we need to make like 600 more to hit my minimum goal of 3,000 is what I want. But I don't have a lot of inventory. So to do that, I will have to sell like all of my beanies probably. At least all that are out here. And probably all my hats. Now if people start buying link hats, then we might be okay. Because I don't even have like a lot of plushies to put out. I have like some seals. I thought I had bats, but I guess yeah, this is the inventory that we have behind the table for bucket hats and Pikmin hats. And then I have 2 Toothless and 2 Splatoon. We've been open for about 30 minutes, almost an hour for VIP. Opened at 9:30 and it's almost 10:30 I think. 10:19. And then we close at 5 today. So we will close down at 5, pack up, see about putting all of our suitcases and stuff in an Uber and going back to the hotel. But I'll keep you guys updated on how today goes. Here's what my little chameleon guy looks like so far. And then I think I finish his tail and then I do it up like this. But he's cute. His eyes are still not right, but I don't know if I want to try to move him again. Maybe somebody will love him. All right, here's a view of the table Sunday morning before any sales. This is what we got. We sold a few stickers, but not many. I usually don't sell a whole lot of stickers at MegaCon. Mothman and the Lethal Company guys have been good, and then the Has-Been, I think only one person has bought, but they bought all 6. I had several people ask me about My Little Ponies, Twilight, and Fluttershy, but don't have them. Got the plushies out, beanies, and our little guys. Alright, this is my little chameleon. He's all done. The eyes are definitely not in the right spot, but I did cinch them, and I think that does make it a little better. He kind of looks like an alligator in the front. But this is the one by Tinkering Crochet. It's a free one, Charlie the Chameleon. And I used like really thick blanket yarn, so he came out bigger, I think, than hers. And I don't know if it's because of that his legs are longer, or if I did something wrong with the legs. But I think they're cute. I like the little dingling legs. I think these are supposed to be spaced out a little further on the back, but that's okay. I think when he's sitting down, it'll be cute. It's also currently 11:24, and we've made $30. We sold a Pom Pom Prin, My Melody together, and then a Cora plush. But I've had several very good interactions already today. Bethany has got 6 commissions of her little chibi character drawings already this morning. All right, it is 3:09. We got a little less than 2 hours before we are done and we can pack up. It has been pretty good traffic. I feel like it's been slow at my table. I think it's specifically because I don't have a lot of stuff left. We haven't sold any Scooties today. I don't think we've sold any link cats either. It's actually been like my plushies. We've sold a cow and we sold a pig plushie. We're out of Koroks. I'm gonna dig around in my bag just to make sure I don't have any bodies that I've like buried, but we're completely out of Koroks. We sold some stickers, and that's about it. I think maybe we made 300. I don't even think we've made 300 yet today. It does look like other tables are still pretty busy. Like Bethany seems like she's been pretty busy, especially with those commissions. So yeah, what I have been doing is I completed my chameleon, which you guys saw, and I made another rift octopus. And then I'm working on another one currently, getting ready to do his legs. I don't know if I've made one in this rainbow color before. If I have, I've only made one. But rainbow. We're just gonna have a bunch of these at the Lexington convention because I really do love this pattern and it doesn't take a whole lot of stuffing, which I don't have any. As you saw yesterday, I ripped open my astronaut. So we maybe have time to make one more after we finish this, and we have like this much stuffing. We have a little bit more that's at the very bottom of the bag. But yeah, and then I think I will make it in purple probably because I made a blue, a rainbow, and then we have this purpley pink. Also, I don't know if we talked about what we did for water, but I've crushed it. We got these big gallon jugs of water. We got 3 from our hotel room, and then we brought one with us. And honestly, we probably should have gone through one a day, but we got boba and stuff, so this actually lasted us all 3 days. Usually we try to get a big one. I think it's like 2 gallons or 2.5, and it has a little spout so we can fill up our bottle of water. But they didn't have that at Walmart because we did a Walmart delivery to the hotel. My mom did. And we got some food. We've been doing peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for lunch. That's why you haven't seen us really talk about what we're eating for lunch other than boba. And I brought a turkey sandwich yesterday, and then today we went to Wawa and did the order, and our Uber swung by there and picked us up. And we ate our sandwich for lunch, and then that should hold us off till dinner. I think we're gonna try the Karav, is that how you say it? Rotating sushi. I might have been thinking of the restaurant last night. This one's Curve, maybe? It's a revolving sushi thing. I think that's the plan. We do have to go home to drop our bags off. We do have to go to the hotel, I should say, to drop our bags off. And then we'll go get food. So unless we were just like, you know, we're here, we'll just stay here. The plan is to get sushi because we were going to try that one 2 years ago, but we really like the Kobe Steakhouse, or the Kobe Japanese Steakhouse. It's really good. They have hibachi and they also have sushi there too. I haven't sold any Team Skull beanie and masks, which I'm really surprised about. The last one I went to, I think it was even GalaxyCon, I think I sold a couple, but they sell pretty good online, so that's good. And I'm about to put in an order on Amazon for beanie restocks because that's my plan to prepare for Lexington Comic Con is beanies, bucket hats, and scooties that do not take me a lot of time. See how the rest of these 2 hours go, see if anyone's putting in those last minute purchases. It's 4, and we have another octopus. Bethany is making a party hat, a mini party hat. Would it be for adults or cats?
I think
That is so cute!
it could be cute for either.
Was the pattern for a small
Yeah, it's for
hat?
mini party.
Oh, okay. We are $36 away from hitting 3,000 with 8 minutes left in the convention. Can we do it? We're all done. We're almost packed up. This is the less organized. Throw everything in the suitcase and hope it works. Just gotta throw banner and tablecloth in there. But yeah. Hi, Bethany. Oh, you need help with that? We did not hit 3,000, but that's okay. I know part of it is on my part, but I have heard a lot of people say that they did not even break even on some, but I do not know if what kind of table they had. I don't know if they had a standard table. I don't know what their expenses were. So I'll do a wrap up at the end of this video, but this is all the convention footage for now. Hi friends, we are back home from MegaCon Orlando. We are actually back home from Lexington Comic-Con, which was the weekend right after MegaCon, but that'll be in a separate vlog. A little wrap up for MegaCon. Still very good. I still loved it. Starting first with something I didn't mention, I don't think, through the whole thing, was internet. Usually this is a really big thing for the convention center, and usually I have to pay a couple of $100, I think it's actually like $300 if I have to pay for 3 days. And we did not have to do that this year, which was crazy. I used my Solus hotspot and Bethany and I used it, but eventually it wasn't doing as good as just LTE was doing. So the battery was dying on it anyways, and I just didn't charge it. And we just used LTE, I think actually for most of the day on Saturday and then like all of Sunday. So I don't know if that was just a fluke because we were kind of close to the loading dock doors and maybe the comic book creators, or just because we were on the different half of the room in the West Concourse. I haven't heard how the vendors or anything did, but I have heard that some vendors did have to buy Wi-Fi and some didn't. So I'm just happy we didn't have to buy it. It was crazy, but we didn't have to spend that money. So technically we made more money this year than last year if you're including all the expenses, because the only expense we had for this year technically was the table, which was $499, I think. It was like just a little bit under $500. And I had to pay, I think, a little bit on my flight, but I don't even think it was $100 because I used my points for one of the ways, and then on the way back I used points, a little bit of cash, and then my mom had a gift card. So I did not really have to pay for flight. We didn't have to pay for another bag, and then my mom covered hotel. Maybe my grandma might have chipped in a little bit, I'm not sure, but my mom paid for a hotel. So the other expense that we had, of course, was our food if we weren't eating at the hotel with my family, or Lyft. I said Uber a lot in this video. We used Lyft the whole time. We checked prices. Lyft was always cheaper. And there was a few times where they had a deal. If you booked, you got like 10% off. And I used Fetch Rewards. And they had a thing where your first ride with Lyft, you got like 5,000 points or something. So yes, I'm going to use Lyft. If you want my Fetch code, if you want to be friends on Fetch, I put it in the description. I love Fetch. Love Fetch. That's not funny. I love Fetch. We've almost paid, I don't want to say half of our cruise, but quite a bit. I want to say at least like $600 through using Fetch gift cards, but that's a whole nother thing. We're doing a Disney cruise in September, and I've used a lot of Fetch points to buy Disney gift cards. If you're interested in that, I'll let you know. So our Lyft expenses were around $150, and I did split that mostly with Bethany. The most expensive Lyfts being to and from the airport, because we needed to get an XL, and the drive I think was about 30 minutes, so that's gonna get a little more expensive. And technically going back to the airport, because we were with Bethany and then my mom and my grandma and the baby, we had to get one. Bethany and I and the baby got an XL, and then my mom and my grandma with more of the luggage had to get an XL as well. So I don't know exactly the prices on those Lyfts. I just know that my half with Bethany was $18. So that $150 for the most part includes all of our Lyfts, except for it was probably around, it wasn't any more than $180, I think, if I include the airport and like not doing halves, like total. That's how much it was. Looking at how much parking was for 2025, Bethany and I split the parking, and it was $170 altogether. So then we split that in half, whatever that is. Pretty close to the same. And of course, if you're driving, it's gonna be, for the most part, cheaper to pay for gas than it is to pay for a plane ticket, unless you have points and stuff that you can use. So another thing to mention that think I talked about, but you can see me kind of like rubbing my arms and my legs during the video. It was cold in there. I have seen some videos where people said that they were like burning up and sweating. I was cold, and Bethany, I know, it was also cold, but I'm usually never cold at the convention center. And I had my Disney Spirit jersey, pretty much wore that every single day. And then I think I brought shorts, and I think I maybe only wore shorts on like setup day and like, no, not even setup day, because I wore my toothless jumper. So I guess the day that I knew we were going to Universal, I think I wore shorts because I knew we were going to be outside and it was going to be hot. So always pack some kind of like flannel or jacket. And I honestly, for this convention, was considering packing sweatpants because I saw some people in sweatpants like walking around the convention. And I was like, man, it would be so nice to just have a pair of sweatpants just in my bag if I had the room that I could just throw on and feel like super comfy. Surprisingly, it was cold. Now it's going to be in May. Moving on to our next topic of interest. It's going to be in May next year. May 20th through the 23rd. I know some people are saying it's Memorial Day weekend. For 2027, it is not Memorial Day weekend. They did release the dates on a flyer, I think, that they were handing out, and those dates were wrong. The dates are May 20th through the 23rd, which is the weekend before Memorial Day weekend, which is good and bad, I guess. I was really excited because I was like, Joe, we can finally go. It's on Memorial Day weekend. But it's not. And I know that this is going to be hard for some people because there's MomoCon and Anime Central in that same month, so people will have to pick and choose. Or since MegaCon is already like for 100, you can for sure rebook. They probably are going to have to skip out on one of those conventions or have back-to-back-to-back weekends. I will be doing it next year. It was $524 for the table. So it always goes up about $20, $30 every year. And it's the same size table. Haven't heard anything about people rebooking, not rebooking, space, if they're moving back to north or south or west. I haven't heard anything about that yet. It does sound like more people are still gonna do it. As much as like last year, a lot of people were like, and nah, I'm gone, I'm done, this is the last time. I think a lot of people that I talked to this year were still pretty confident on keeping it in their rotation, even though it's moved to May. May is where the first time I attended MegaCon that I went to it in 2019. So I like it in May. I know that's a super busy season for some people, but for me, I usually have nothing. Until I would like to apply for MomoCon and Anime Central again, but since I know that I have this one, I won't, of course. And I like having this set in stone. And then in March, I can focus on Lexington Comic-Con and KatsuCon if I can get in, and a couple of other closer shows that I would like to do that are like close to Kentucky. And just beginning of the year is always worrisome with snow and weather and everything. So having this in May, I'm pretty confident I can make it to Florida. A couple of big things that I want to touch on for MegaCon that make it my favorite, I think, and that make it really good, and that I have seen some people talk about on like Facebook about why some people's sales are really good and some newer artists' sales, even though they have good artwork and everything, they didn't get as many sales as people that maybe have the same thing. Is with MegaCon, you get a lot of the same people and returning customers, and I think you build a customer base. And so I never thought of my stuff as something that people would collect or get a lot of. I'm like, you only have one head, you only need one hat kind of thing. But the number of people that I had come up to me and say, I've been buying a hat from you every MegaCon since blah, blah, blah for like 5 years now, and I'm here to buy another one. Or like one guy was like, are you ever not gonna show up like to a MegaCon like to sell at? So I was like, I can't get rid of this convention. I have to stay as long as I can, because I do have that audience, that returning customers, those loyal customers, and I think that that's really what makes MegaCon so special. And what I told a lot of people that did this and that didn't do as good as they were expecting, one, don't pay attention to numbers right after COVID. Like the numbers right after COVID that was like the best conventions we've ever had, you can't pay attention to that. People were spending their money like crazy. But two, hold on for like another year or so. One, because I think the economy hopefully will go up a little bit and we'll have more money to spend. But two, you'll build that family, you'll build that fan base, and people will want to come, and they'll come and look for you, and they will find you in the crazy artist alley that is MegaCon. But hey, we got little signs, right? That's improvement. With all that being said, I'm happy. I'm happy with my time. I'm happy with my money that I made and the money that I spent. I think we did really good on spending money for food because we brought sandwiches, we brought like Wawa, we brought water, we ordered sushi. We did not go to that revolving sushi. So funny story, when we took the Lyft back to our hotel, we're in kind of a like resort. So we set the drop-off location for the resort, which is usually the lobby area. They drop you off at the lobby. All of our other Lyfts that we've had, the 6 others, took us all the way down. We were just like, hey, can you just go a little further to our building? They're like, yeah, that's totally fine. No problem. Perfect. Gave them a tip. Appreciate their services. No problem. The lady that we got on loadout, bless her heart, she was not having a good time. One, traffic was awful because everybody else was trying to leave and get an Uber and pick up other people. So she was already in a bad mood when we got there. And she tried to stop on the crosswalk, and the police are like blowing whistles like, yeah, you gotta go. And then when she stops to pick us up, she does not pull all the way into like, it's kind of like a parallel parking spot, but it was big enough where she could just whoop. No, she like blocked half of the traffic, and this is a one-way. This is not a two-way. This is a one-way. No, I guess it is technically a two-way. It is a two-way, and so the people had to go around her and stop incoming traffic to get around her. Anyways, and then of course we're like sitting in, I wouldn't even call it stop and go traffic. It was like stop, we get a green light, and a couple cars go. Like, you know, if you've been around that area, I-drive was awful. So even though it was a, I think 11-minute drive, if that, it probably took us closer to 20 minutes. So I know that wasn't a good time for her, and she was already struggling before she came and picked us up, and she was already complaining before we even like got in the car. So for the most part, Bethany and I are quiet the whole time. She's kind of quiet other than moaning and groaning and, you know, regretting her decisions to pick us up. We get to the building, and I knew it was going to happen, that she was not going to drop us off at our building, even though we had 2 big suitcases each, so 4 big luggages, and 2 like backpack carry-on items each. I knew she wasn't going to drop us off there. And I know that's not the location I had put is where she's going to drop us off. But in my defense, there's not another, unless I know my exact location of the address of the building, I have no way of knowing what that is. I can't just drop a pin. And so we pull in through the gates, and we're almost to the lobby, and it's like you turn left or you go straight, and I was like, can you just drop us off just a little further down there to our building? And she's like, Lyft doesn't pay me to do that. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, she's like, you have to change your location. I was like, well, it doesn't give me an option to pick like what building. I just pick the resort area. She's like, no, Lyft doesn't pay me to do that. You can change your location. And I'm like, can I change it right now? And she's like, yeah, you could change it right now. And I look, and I can't really tell where to change it. And she's stopped at a stop sign blocking the way into this resort. And people are honking at her. And I'm like, no, it's fine. Just drop us off here. It's fine. Don't worry about it. And she's like, no, I can take you there. You just got to change the location. I was like, no, just don't worry about it. Just drop us off. Yep, that's fine. She's like, Lyft doesn't pay me. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Bethany and I are both like, okay. So we get out with our 2 big luggages and our like backpack thing and wheel it down. She was like, how far is it? And I'm like, I don't know. I was like, it's like a block. It's like, I think a couple 500 feet. I don't know. I was like, I don't know what it is. It's right there. And getting our luggage out. Not that she has to help with luggage, but that was another thing. She didn't even try at all to help. Totally fine. They're big, heavy suitcases. But I was like, have a good day. And we walked on. You can be mad at me. I didn't tip her. She can say Lyft didn't pay her to drop her off, or to drop us off a little further. But if she did, I would have tipped her. And that's going to be a whole lot more than what Lyft is going to pay her. So that's fine. If you guys have done Lyft and Ubering before, you can come at me. But I was like, I even told her, I was like, we've had 6 other Lyft drivers. Nobody else has had a problem with us going there. That's fine. She was having a bad day. I'm not mad. I think it's a funny story. I have had one other funny story, and that's in our cruise wedding vlog video if you want to go watch it, with an Uber. It was a Tesla. So where was I going with that story? We did not get sushi because we got there and we were like, yeah, I don't really want to. We'd have to get another Uber or Lyft and go back there and then pay a lot of money to eat really good sushi, I'm sure, and then get a Lyft back and pay even more money. So we decided to DoorDash instead. There was a really good, I believe it was actually a Chinese restaurant, Lucky something, that was pretty close, and my mom actually bought it for us just because she loves us and she's very nice. And we got, I think, edamame and 2 sushi rolls, and no, we didn't get edamame, we got crab ragoons. And then we got some really good drinks from the bar that night. So that was our Sunday night. And then Monday morning, we went to the pool for a little bit so I could swim with my baby because I hadn't got to swim at all with her, and had fun and got some coffee for breakfast. And then we pretty much headed to the airport. And this was right when they started putting those people in the airport, those people that are watching TSA, you know, and watching for people. It was that morning, I think, or maybe they put them in the night before. So we got there pretty early. Like, we usually get there 2 hours before. I think we got there just a little bit earlier. And we were fine, but Southwest ticketing systems were down. So that delayed us, but we got through there with plenty of time, and we actually had time to grab lunch too before we boarded. Bethany's flight, however, got delayed 2 hours, and she was already there over 3 hours early because she went with us so that we could all Uber together and be there together. So she was extra early, but turns out they ended up changing her gate and pushing the time back to the original time, so she got home about the same time as us, which worked out really good. But yeah, that is all that I have for MegaCon. I love it. We'll see what it ranks in my 2026 ranking videos, because I don't have a whole lot of video, or I won't have a whole lot of videos, I don't think, for 2026 because of the conventions that I don't have, which is totally fine. I think this is a good year to focus on websites in general, but I am going to post the Universal trip that Bethany and I went on. It's going to be just a cute little video that I usually post about our time there. Always a fun event. And then Lexington Comic and Toy Convention vlog should go up not long after that one. So I'll see you guys in there. If not, I'll see you in MegaCon 2027. Bye bye!